Hey, I'm Steph Castell, and I'm an ADN student at WSC, and today I'm going to be administering blood. And so I've just got orders for my patient Samantha Lewis, age 43, and I'm going to transfuse 2 units of packed red blood cells now. And so I've got the supplies that I need, and I'm going to go into my patient's room. Knock, knock, shut door. Hey, Samantha, I'm Steph, and I'm your student nurse today. How are you feeling? Yeah, not too good. Well, I just got an order from the doctor to infuse some red blood cells, and I want to go over this information sheet with you. Can you verify your name and date of birth? Samantha Lewis, 43, 6'10", 75. Okay, perfect. And so we're going to go over some of this about why you need a transfusion, the risks of a transfusion. And so during the transfusion, I just want you to make sure, you know, if you're feeling funny, to let me know. If it hurts, to let me know. If you've got a headache, anything like that, to let me know. And are you okay to sign the consent form? All right, so she signed the consent form. And I'm gonna take her vital signs to get a baseline right now. And so I did hand hygiene. Now I'm gonna assess her site to make sure that it is okay before I go get the blood. How does your site feel? Okay? And I'm gonna do this for 10 to 15 seconds, not minutes. Make sure I pop the air out. Hook this up, unclamp. And it's going in pretty easy. How's that feel, Samantha? Little cool? Yeah, it usually is. Okay, now go ahead and clamp this. And unhook. All right, Samantha, I am going to go ahead and run down and grab the blood, okay? And I'll be right back. So I'm gonna take gloves off, except for video purposes, I'm leaving them on. Now I'm gonna go to lab with a sticker. And so, hi lab lady, I need to get some blood for Samantha Lewis, date of birth 6/10/1975.
Okay.
All right, so lab gave me the blood and we're gonna go over. And so I have patient Samantha Lewis, date of birth 6/10/75. Medical record is PCS 78500. And donor number is 1270708. And I've got B negative. And this expires on 11/30/2020. And the ID is AFN 3889. And this is 0033809. Is that what you have?
Yep, that looks good to me.
All right. And so now I'm going to make sure I have gloves on during transport through the hall and go into my patient's room, shut the door for privacy. Hey, Samantha, so I got your blood and I'm gonna go ahead and verify this with a second nurse. Hello, second nurse.
Hello.
And so I've got blood for Samantha Lewis, 6/10/1975, medical record, PCS 78500, donor number 1270708, AFN number is 3889, and I have B negative, and it expires 11/30/2020, and the unit number is 0033809. Is that okay?
Yep, that's good. It matches.
All right, perfect. And so, can you verify your name and date of birth for me? Samantha Lewis, 43, 610/75, perfect. And so I am going to go ahead and get my IV solution. So I've done hand hygiene, put on gloves. And so I'm gonna get my IV solution going. And this would be in a bag, and there's nothing wrong with this. And I'm gonna verify really quick her ID band. And that is AFN 3889, and that matches right here. Yep. Okay. So you should start feeling a little bit better once we get this blood hooked up to you. And I'll be in here with you while we're doing it, okay? So I'm gonna make sure everything is clamped. I'm going to go ahead and spike the bag. And hang this up here. I'm going to go ahead and open this clamp. Make sure this is filled. Alright, I'm going to take this off and unclamp this to prime the tubing. And it is primed, that front back. So I'm going to close my clamps, and I'm going to go ahead and put this back on. Insert this up here. And now I'm going to get my blood ready, and I'm going to go ahead and do my chart one more time. Samantha Lewis, 610/75, PCS 78500. ID number is AFN 3889. Donor number is 120708. B negative. Expires 11/30/2020, and it is compatible because I did check her labs and she is B negative. And we'll go ahead and start. All right, so I'm going to make sure that the clamps are all clamped. I'm going to go ahead and pull this off, keeping this sterile. I'm going to go ahead and spike that and hang it, maybe. And so right before I start the transfusion, I'm going to make sure that I take her vital signs. I'm going to keep this one clamped, open the blood, and then I'm going to take this off, open the clamp, prime the tubing with the blood. There it goes. All right. And so, before I hook this up, I'm going to wipe. Okay, Samantha, you remember what I want you to look for? And report to me if you have anything. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and hook this up and unclamp this. Unclamp this. Perfect. And so I'm going to stay in here for 15 minutes, and I'm going to make sure that we usually don't run blood without a pump. If we did, it would be, we would figure out the drips per minute, and we would run this at 25 mils for the first 15 minutes. And I'll just check just to make sure she's doing okay, that her IV site's doing okay, that the blood is running. I would chart and document how she's taken it, what her vital signs were, and in 15 minutes I would check her vital signs again, and at that point I would open up the blood going from between 175 to 125 mils per hour, and if it was gravity, I would do the drips per minute accordingly, and take her vital signs and make sure everything is okay. And then I would come back and check on her every 30 minutes, taking her vital signs until the infusion is done. And so the infusion is done. And so what I would do is come in. Can you verify your name and date of birth? Samantha Lewis, 6/10/1975. Perfect. And so the urine infusion is done. And so I would clamp this. And at this point, I would open up the saline to flush the line all the way through, making sure all the blood was in, and then it would flush the line with the saline solution. And so that has been done. I'm going to clamp, and then I would disconnect my IV line, and then I would dispose of this into a biohazard bag to where the biohazards are disposed of in the hospital. And are you feeling okay, Samantha? Perfect. And so I would then document how everything went, do hand hygiene, and I would be done.